This is Wilson Brown from Black Women TV talking to the Onyx family regarding the new YouTube show, Onyx Family Dinner. You guys have been doing a lot of productions throughout this for a few years now. How did this series come about?
Well, like you said, we've been doing this for several years, been working with our management company, Pocket Watch, and they approached us one day and said, how would you guys like to do a talk show that would be relevant for kids and families about topics that are happening right now in society? We feel that you guys as a family could talk to your audience in a way that maybe they couldn't get necessarily from maybe mainstream news, and we could comfort them during these times and explain certain things. So we thought, wow, what a great idea, what a great opportunity. And from there, it blossomed into this show.
Now, like I said, you've been doing productions for some years now, so you're not afraid of the camera. You're not afraid of showing us the world who you are. So was it ever a challenge at some point to get everybody on board? We're just going to sit at the table, we're going to bring people on, and we're going to just discuss everyday normal stuff, what's going on with ourselves and what's going on with the world?
Well, it's kind of an extension of what we do on a regular basis when we're having our dinner. It's always lively, it's always fun, and we're always sharing our opinions. So it's kind of an extension.
Right. That's why it was so easy for us to talk on the dinner table. What was hard sometimes was being able, to cross that bridge, the people that were on the dinner table, because we don't talk to them daily, all the guests, but it was easy for us as a family, and then to just discuss all these topics. And it was really fun talking to our guests too. And
I kind of say like Cosby Show meets Red Talk. It's like without the script, we're just gonna get right into the notes and buts about what's today's lesson about.
Right.
So each episode is something totally different. You're bringing on somebody. We're seeing whether you're eating, cooking, exercising, then you're bringing on a guest. What goes about in deciding what topic you want to talk about per episode?
So it was a collaborative effort between Pocket Watch, which is our partners that we work well with, YouTube, which this is a YouTube initiative. It's called Black Voices. And what they're trying to do is amplify Black voices. So they had like $100 million that was invested towards Black creators.
Yeah.
And we were one of them. And so it was a collaborative effort. We shared our wish list of some of the people we would like to come on. YouTube had some ideas of who they'd like to come on, and also Pocket Watch.
Okay. And with the folks that YouTube wanted to come on, how did you make it work? There's a difference between who you want to come on, because maybe you're fans and you want to discuss certain things. And then there's a difference between maybe this person who should come on. And had you heard of the person they wanted you to bring on? And then how did that work out?
Well, it worked out great.
But yeah, definitely. I think there were people we didn't even think about that were like, that they said, how about this person, let's say Nicole Hannah-Jones for the 1619 project. We actually had bought that project a while ago. We had all read it and we had discussed it, but that wasn't someone that we even knew that we could get on the show. So when they were like, this is what one of the guests we want to have on the show, we were overjoyed. So it was a great collaborative experience, like my husband said, because there were people that we wanted, that they wanted, and people I think neither of us thought of.
Right.
Then there's the question of the order of when you want these episodes to air. Like, is there a thought process as far as who do you want to come on? And like, you're talking about, like, obviously you're in meetings with Pocket Watch as far as which episode you want to air and when you want to air it and who do you want to come on and what you want them to talk about. It's the focus. So when people finish the episodes, they're getting some sort of lesson out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's very hard, because all the episodes have like a little gem in it. I wouldn't say one episode is above another. I feel like all of them just have such a special thing to it. So for me, are we allowed to talk about the guest or not? Because I do have one.
Yeah.
Well, like for me, Jamel Hill, I was used to be in gymnastics and I love sports sometimes. So talking to Jamel Hill, I feel like that was one special episode for me. So I would say I want that first, but that's just for me.
And then for anybody who's probably just going to be watching this for the first time, and they're going to get a sense as to who you are. Is what we're seeing on screen the same what we see outside? Like, do your friends say this is so you, or this is like, or you're just doing it for the camera?
I would say that it's very naturally us, because as a family, we just we're just always like with each other. We know how to vibe with each other. We're very natural with each other. And what you see on camera is I would say it's very similar to how we act at home, not really putting it on.
Definitely.
And the thing about it is that because we are YouTubers, we're so accustomed to cameras in front of us
that we don't
and then
feel
talking. So we didn't feel like it was out of place.
Yeah.
Did you feel weird, Shiloh? Because I know you do our home videos, but
I'm being honest, I didn't feel weird at all. I love being in front of the camera. Like, I love being, you know, in the spotlight. And, I mean, it just comes like, you know, second nature to me. So
he's been doing it for a long time. He's the youngest. So when we started 5 years ago being on YouTube, you know, he kind of grew up with the camera in front of him. So it comes natural to us.
It's very natural.
Yeah. There's a difference between, obviously, you know, when YouTube came into play, everybody started putting themselves on camera and then you don't know. But now, as social media has grown, especially since the pandemic, and people found social media as a way to communicate with each other, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, just so that people can see what you're doing, that we're alive, that we're kind of getting on one way or the other. What point did you get comfortable, all of you, in front of the camera? You know, it's like, you're not actors, so it's sort of like, it takes a while before you get used to, like, and now you have a lot of eyes on you. It's one thing if, you know, you had a little fan base, but now we're talking, they're going to blow this family up, you know, people going to be Googling each one of you.
Right.
You know, so like, at what point did each one of you feel comfortable with the camera? And was there ever a point where like, any one of you said, not today?
Well, it was like a slow process. I'm more of the behind the scenes type of person, especially for my part of the job that I do on YouTube. So, but like with the support of my sisters and with my family, you know, they've been gradually trying to help me get out of my shell and just try to be, you know, appear more, like have little appearances until like I felt more comfortable to even show off even more so of myself. And so, you know, even the same thing with the talk show, like at times I was a little more reserved, but over time, as we kept on filming, I kept on, you know, having the support of my family, be able to show off myself more.
Well, I would say really that the question became really starts out because they started when they were young. And when we first started, I said to them, is this something that you guys want to do? And if so, there'd be boundaries, like you can't go online and look at the comments and the criticism. And I think that helped them get more comfortable faster because they weren't inundated with negative messages daily from our fans or from people who are just watching. But on the flip side, they also couldn't get and live off of, oh, someone liked it today, someone liked it. So they just had to just do it for themselves and their creativity. And as they've gotten older, their comfort level has just increased and they've become more confident.
So 5 years later, Wilson, we are now about almost 4 billion views worldwide and over 7 million subscribers. So we are quite comfortable sort of presenting ourselves before the world and presenting our ideas. And so when they came to us and they said, listen, this world is going through a lot of stuff. America is going through a lot of stuff. We would like to hear from your family what you have to say. We've had quite a bit of practice. So,
And what do you guys do when you're not on camera? You know, when the spotlight's not on you and when you can just lead, I'm sure, you know, you can lead normal lives, but is there anything different once you walk out the house?
Well, I feel like that there's always going to be, because there's more than just a hobby for us. It's literally our business. It's our life. It's what we do and our purpose. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we do, other ventures that we look forward to, even when we're not on camera, that people probably don't really realize. But other than that, we also just spend time with each other as a family. We watch movies, we play games, we go out and we go shopping. We have normal family activities as well.
And when people watch this, you know, what are you looking for them to get out of this when they see every episode and they see the talent you're bringing on?
Well, I think that what's important for us is not so much to shape the minds of those that are watching, but rather inspire them to have conversations. I think that what you will see when you watch a show is you'll see a multi-generational family listening to each other, having a discussion and respecting each other's opinions, whether they're the same or whether they're different. And I think our world could use a little bit more of that, where we're having dialogue that is respectful and we're listening as much as we're sharing, and then we're respecting each other's point of views, no matter how uncomfortable the conversation is.
Right.
Now, this is a Black family. Are we going to see some arguments? Because I can't see a show where everybody's not arguing. We're like, this is too phony. They're always happy. You know, it's like, no.
We do have different opinions. We do have different opinions.
But I think some of those were left on the cutting room floor. Because I think if we edited it, you probably would have seen a little bit more. But
we might give them. Maybe we should petition for them
there
to
should
give
be
some behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and just a joy, obviously, you know, this whole creation through YouTube to put these things out there, and hopefully go further. You know, is there an end game besides this show to like what other projects you have going?
Oh man, we do have some things in the pipeline that we can't really talk in detail about, but definitely things that are, I would say, even higher level and you know, more mainstream. And we're really excited about that, because I think that our mission is to show people, especially people of color, especially Black families, that, you know, that we can accomplish these goals that we've been trying to achieve for many years, and that we want to show that the world is, that there's a lot of people like you out there, because I think for many years we've only seen certain models on TV or out in social media, and social media has helped us be able to now come to the forefront and have, you know, little kids see families that reflect what they see in their home, and it's just a great opportunity.
So our mission is tell the story, feed the soul, make them laugh, heal the heart, and that's what we try to do each and every day, no matter what we do. So we'll be doing comedy. One time you may turn on our channel and I have an M&M stuck up my nose, and she's trying to get it out, you know, and it's just hilarious stuff. We have a cartoon called Onyx Monster Mystery. And in that cartoon, it shows the family values, us working together, and through comedy and through entertainment, we feel like we are modeling just and inspiring others just to be their best selves.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, this is airing November 4th on YouTube. Am I correct? Or is it YouTube? Is it our YouTube platform? You got to pay, or is it just?
No,
YouTube
you can just go on our channel on Onyx Family, and yeah, it's a YouTube original show. So yes, that's where you can find it.
Oh, and
now, how many episodes do we get? Is it everything all at once?
No, it'll be once a week, and it's I think is on the 4th, so probably every Thursday, and it will be 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, 8 episodes. Okay. Because I was wondering how many episodes we get. And so 8 episodes, you know what you're going. Is there a possibility we're getting a season 2, or we just don't know yet?
I don't know yet. I hope so, because it was so fun to make. It was very informative, and
great experience.
I think people are going to really love it.
Yeah.
Well said. Well, folks, you know, to begin talking to you, obviously, November 4th is just around the corner as we're already in November. It's good talking to you wherever you're at. Stay safe.
It's
good to see you as a family, and we'll talk down the road.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.